Some sitcom stars made us laugh with characters that felt real, relatable, and unforgettable, but off camera, they were nothing like the roles that made them famous. Today, we explore the surprising lives behind TV's most iconic faces, revealing the actors whose real personalities were completely different from what we saw on screen. Number 5. Bob Saget, the wholesome dad with a wild sense of humor. Millions grew up watching Bob Saget as Danny Tanner on Full House, the spotless, warm, endlessly patient dad obsessed with cleaning, structure, and family values. On the show, Danny was the ultimate TV father, the kind of man who would drop everything to teach a life lesson or clean the kitchen for the third time that day. This wholesome image became permanently attached to Saget in the eyes of fans worldwide. But off camera, Saget was almost the complete opposite. He built a successful stand-up comedy career long before Full House, and his real comedic style was raw, adult, unpredictable, and often shockingly explicit. People who discovered his stand-up after watching him as Danny Tanner were stunned by the contrast. Saget embraced dark humor, loved pushing boundaries, and was known for jokes that were the polar opposite of his squeaky clean sitcom persona. However, Saget wasn't fake, he simply had multiple sides. Off-screen, he was incredibly kind-hearted, thoughtful, and generous, but his humor came from a very different place than Danny Tanner's. Fans loved him either way, but the difference between character and actor remains one of the biggest surprises in sitcom history. Number 4. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, the chaotic Elaine versus the calm professional. Elaine Benes from Seinfeld was unpredictable, loud, impulsive, dramatic, and often messy in both relationships and decision-making. She stomped into scenes, yelled in frustration, made rash choices, and delivered unforgettable comedic chaos. Fans adored Elaine because she felt so real, the messy friend who always had something hilarious going wrong. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus in real life is almost nothing like Elaine. She is famously composed, deeply disciplined, soft-spoken, and known for an incredible work ethic. Cast members often described her as the calmest person on set, someone who never needed drama, chaos, or attention to shine. While Elaine could barely manage her daily life, Julia is structured, grounded, and extremely private about her personal world. Her professionalism contributed to her long career success, far beyond Seinfeld. She won multiple awards for Veep and remains one of the most respected actresses in television history. The contrast between her and Elaine proves that her comedic brilliance came from skill, not similarity. Number 3. Neil Patrick Harris, playing a womanizer while living the opposite life. Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother was one of the most wildly exaggerated characters in sitcom history, a suit-obsessed womanizer who lived for meaningless hookups, outrageous schemes, and nights out. He was loud, confident, mischievous, and constantly bragging about his legendary adventures. Fans loved Barney for his humor, but many assumed Neil Patrick Harris shared the same upbeat, flirty, ridiculous energy. In reality, Harris is calm, gentle, thoughtful, and very family-oriented. He is openly gay, married, and devoted to his husband David Bertka and their children. He enjoys quiet time, cooking, reading, and spending evenings at home, a far cry from Barney's nightlife-driven lifestyle. Harris once explained that it took intense mental focus to play a character whose behavior and values were nothing like his own. The performance showcased his range as an actor, especially because many fans had difficulty believing that such different personalities could come from the same person. While Barney thrived on chaos and superficial dating, Neil Patrick Harris built a life rooted in stability, love, and authenticity. The difference between actor and character remains one of the most striking examples in modern sitcom history. Number 2. Kelsey Grammer, a turbulent reality behind the calm Dr. Frasier Crane. Dr. Frasier Crane, both on Cheers and Frasier, was refined, intellectual, educated, polished, and endlessly patient. Known for his love of classical music, fine wine, and philosophy, Frasier represented sophistication and emotional control. Fans saw him as wise, stable, and analytical, the kind of person others turned to for advice. Many assumed Kelsey Grammer must be similarly calm and self-assured. But Grammer's real life has been marked by tragedy, turbulence, and personal struggles. Long before fame, he endured several devastating family losses, and throughout his career he battled substance abuse, legal issues, and emotional challenges far removed from the poised character he portrayed. While Fraser delivered therapy to others, Grammer was privately navigating some of the darkest moments an actor can face. Despite this, Grammer remained dedicated to his craft, often using acting as an emotional anchor. His ability to portray Fraser so flawlessly, despite a life that couldn't have been more different, shows the depth of his talent. It also explains why fans who met him were sometimes shocked. The polished TV psychiatrist and the real man behind him lived vastly different realities. Number 1. Bryan Cranston, from goofy sitcom dad to intense, disciplined craftsman. At the top of the list is Bryan Cranston, whose on-screen character Hal in Malcolm in the Middle was lovable, goofy, easily panicked, and hilariously incompetent. Hal lived in a world of childish excitement and constant chaos, roller skating in his underwear, screaming during household disasters, and diving into ridiculous schemes with zero hesitation. He was one of the most entertaining TV dads ever, a whirlwind of energy and unpredictability. But Cranston in real life is single-minded, extremely disciplined, and profoundly serious about acting. He is thoughtful, meticulous, and known for approaching every role with intense preparation. His transition from Hal to Walter White in Breaking Bad shocked the world precisely because it revealed his true depth, a far cry from the bumbling father figure fans were accustomed to seeing. Cranston's personal life is steady, focused, and intentionally low drama. He values privacy, routine, and meaningful work. Unlike Hal, who embraced chaos without thinking, Cranston is a master planner who takes his career choices very seriously. The difference between Hal and the real Bryan Cranston is so dramatic that many fans originally doubted he could play a dark, serious character like Walter White, until he delivered one of the greatest performances in television history. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and kindly subscribe for more videos like this.